You are listening to the Your Empty Nest Coach podcast with Coach Christine, episode number 94. The CEO Toolbox Part 5, Find Your Flock. I work with mothers of high school students and beyond who are in the trenches with sad and possibly overwhelming thoughts about what their life will look like when their baby heads to college and begins to leave the nest. My client's big question is, what will I do with my time? Is this you? I've been there and I get it. Empowering you to write the next jaw-dropping, amazing chapter in your life is my passion. I am energized by leading you in the process of exploration and am thrilled when you unlock the power that lies within you. This podcast is my gift to you. Hello, my empty nest friend and CEO of your life. This episode is in a series of episodes about the toolbox for your life. If this is your first time here, know that I reference topics introduced in prior series of this podcast in this episode, making this episode a more advanced topic. Should you find yourself wondering what I'm talking about, head back to the prior series and work your way through. A quick reminder that if you find yourself talking back to me at any part of this episode, or if something resonates with you, please take the opportunity to leave me audio feedback either through SpeakPipe or my Google Voice number. You'll find the information to do this in the description of this episode. On Apple Podcasts, click Details. On Spotify, click See More. On Overcast, press the I for Information button. Get the idea? Of course, I'll always have full show notes with links to anything I discuss in the episode and a full episode transcription on my website. Those reside at youremptynestcoach.com/P for podcast and 94 for this episode's number. I can't wait to hear from you. Thanks. Thank you. It's time to thank our sponsor. This episode is sponsored by my membership community, the GPS Support Flock, your flight to success in the empty nest. If you are ready to find the GPS of your life, sign up to receive an immediate and free download of my PDF, How to Find Yourself in the Empty Nest, our GPS Life Principles document. You will also have the opportunity to learn about our community. See the link in this episode's show notes or fly on over to my website, youremptynestcoach.com. Click the GPS Support Flock button. See you soon. To continue some thank yous, I would like to give a shout out to 5 amazing ladies who jumped in a couple of weeks ago to take over my Instagram account on short notice. It was a new experience for me and for those who participated. Thank you to Carolyn Keel of Beyond 6 Seconds, Colleen and Bridget of Hot Flashes and Cool Topics, Catherine, the 5 Kilo Traveler, and Deirdre Dolan Nestline of Declutter by Deirdre. If you missed their takeovers, I saved them on an Instagram highlight, so check it out. How is your life's toolbox doing? That conscious effective Olympian, or CEO, toolbox. Is it useful? Have you fully taken inventory? Is it well stocked? Is it jam-packed and needing some cleaning out? Or is it brand new and you are wondering what to put inside? We've discussed in this series the top tray of your toolbox, those self-help-esque items that are your go-to beneficial things in your life that serve you well until you have time to work with your foundational items. In this episode, we continue to work through our foundational items. I have so far asked you to consider adding presence and adding the CEO analysis tool to the base of your toolbox. That one alone took 2 episodes. Today, I want you to consider whether or not you have a flock that you belong to, a community of humans that lifts you up, encourages you, and helps you to become more of who you are meant to be. And I would like you to consider adding that flock or a future flock to the foundational level of your toolbox. For you, this flock may be a few individuals that you see one-on-one, or you may have multiple groups of people who already serve you well in this regard. If so, consider yourself lucky and lovingly stock your toolbox with these amazing humans. And I've been watching a lot of Ozark lately, so I guess I feel like I need to say this as an analogy, of course. No stuffing of real humans in boxes, please. Be sure that for a flock to reside in your foundational level of your life's toolbox, that it has a minimum of these 4 criteria. First, there are no leadership issues. There's either a clear leader, no leader, where everyone is equal, or different individuals lead at different times with no drama. This is important as with no resistance or little resistance in the group, all flock members then have the opportunity to become their best selves. That just is exciting, isn't it? Second, the flock has values, priorities, and a focus that is in line with your life and plans for your life. This will assist you in remaining on the correct path for your future self. Third, the flock has accountability, meaning if a flock member should fall out of formation while the flock is flying, the member will notice the extra resistance and immediately get back into line. This provides you with an extra boost while staying on your flight path. Sometimes your GPS loses its signal, and this is where the flock accountability will serve you well. And fourth, the flock brings positive energy to your life. Life is too short to spend time in a flock that may have served you well 10 years ago, but now every time you join them, the energy just brings you down. And if someone or a group came to mind to you as I said that, please keep it in mind. I discuss a bit about the power of having a community to lift you up in episode number 17, where I introduced the green popsicle stick fable. I also mention way back in episode 3 the importance of finding social support as you enter the empty nest. A good flock will lift you up to heights you couldn't do on your own by holding you accountable, being in line with your principles, and bringing positive energy to what you do. A bad flock, that can keep you grounded for life. So my friend, figure out who your flock is. Do they know the real you? And are they lifting you higher? If you already have that group, take a moment to realize how lucky you are. And I would give them a special thank you today. Should you want to add another flock or are in search of a flock to fill this role for you, I invite you to consider joining our membership group, the GPS Support Flock, your flight to success in the empty nest. I invite you to keep me posted on your Toolbox progress too, and I look forward to sharing a final foundational level message with you in our next episode. The questions I have for you in this episode are, do you have a great flock already in your life? And are you ready to join the GPS Support Flock, your flight to empty nest success? We can't wait to have you join us. Fly on over to my website, youremptynestcoach.com/community for links to join either of my online communities. We look forward to seeing you there. Christine, where are you? In January, I was quoted in a Redbook article titled 10 Ways to Be the Kind of Parent Your Kid Looks Up to. My tip is number 5, and the topic is give them space. Link is in my show notes if you would like to check it out. My empty nest CEO of your life friend. If you enjoyed this episode, I invite you to take a moment to subscribe to this podcast. It is free after all. As always, I provide content to make you think. My hope is that I am able to provide you with thoughts that positively impact your life. May you find your flock and find future you because she is amazing. And my empty nest friend, you are amazing. See ya. Did I say that right? Yeah, I did. The yay sounds right. May you find your... Well, yeah, that was real loud. Still listening? I finished printing the June event calendar for my GPS Support Flock members, and I'm snail mailing it to them. If you're a member, look for that headed your way. If you aren't a member yet, join today and receive some mail from me.